Good. Hi, I'm Karina. If you haven't practiced with me before, so we're going to go through another live yoga session. If you're joining live, if you're not, no worries. Whatever time of the day it is, hello to you. Sorry about yesterday. I listened back to the video. It did sound like I was an alien. So we've decided to go back to the internal microphone in my laptop for the time being, so we can figure out what the hell went wrong with my apparently really good directional microphone that didn't do anything. So sorry about that, and thank you those guys that were live with me for staying with me. I have uploaded the videos anyway. First half is very interesting alien me, and the second half is when we switch back to the internal mic. So sorry guys, but as you know, these things can't be helped sometimes with live videos. So today we're going to do our Ashtanga Flow. I was doing these on a Tuesday, apart from last week because we were looking at arm balances and things, and arm strength. But I'd like to do the Ashtanga Flow on a Tuesday. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So those of you that are missing your Ashtanga with me, this just gives you an opportunity to explore some of the Ashtanga postures. And we're going to be flowing through it, so it'll make it a little bit quicker between postures. And I'm thinking of spending a little bit more time looking at more of the seated postures today. As always in an hour class, it's difficult to get through the postures of the Ashtanga method. And in my opinion, it is nice to have a longer class for Ashtanga because the postures are in order for a reason. And every posture opens the body up to meet the next posture. So it's challenging trying to condense an Ashtanga class, but as always, I do try to include the postures that are the most beneficial and that are the most available to everyone. So this class is going to be available to everyone. And as always, if you need to rest, you just rest. You can come into child's pose, just come to seated and just watch, and always listen to your body. So as always in our Ashtanga class, we're going to come to seated to begin. Take a cross-legged position. As always, if you're working into your half lotus, you can take your half lotus position. Just be mindful of the knees, always. Let's bring our hands into Chin Mudra. We'll close the eyes and let's start to connect to the breath. And to connect to how we feel. And just scan your body for tension. Just allow that tension to melt away from the face, from the shoulders. Finding a natural length through the spine. And when you're ready, begin to activate your Ujjayi breath. Breathe with sound. Just allow that sound to guide you inside. As we draw our focus away from the external world and towards our inner space. Let's do the opening mantra together. Let's bring our hands into Anjali Mudra. There's a chance for you to practice. I know we usually do call and response in class, but this is a chance for you to find out whether the mantra has been going in. Let's take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale for all. Vande Gurunam Charinara Vinde Sandara Shita Swatma Sukhava Bodhe Nishriyase Jangalika Yamane Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shantiye Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakrasi Tarinam Sahasara Shirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjali. Exhale. We'll gently open the eyes. Let's take the hands forward, shift the weight into the hands and the feet back, and find your high plank. Getting nice and strong in that high plank. As always, you can take your half plank, drop the knees, connect your bandhas now. So draw the navel in, lift, squeeze the pelvic floor. Find that deep inner strength. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Chaturanga Dandasana, drop into the knees first if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's hold that downward dog. As always, feel free to pedal the legs. Maybe move the hips. And again, just connecting to how you feel. Where is your area of tension this evening? Any parts of the body are feeling particularly tense today? Looking between the hands. Inhale. Walking or jumping feet to hands, extend through your spine, look up. Try to keep the heels of the hands down. And exhale, forward fold, pull the head in. Move down through the feet, inhale to come up. Palms touch. Gaze to your thumbs. And exhale. Samasthiti here. Let's do 3 rounds of A. 2 rounds of B. Nice and easy. Inhale, raise the arms. Palms touch, gaze to your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Keep the navel in, keep those bandhas on, hands to the mat, draw the head in. Inhale, halfway lift. Find extension, lean into the hands. And exhale, jump or step the feet back, high plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Strong legs, heart opens. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. 1, inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. Exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale. 5, look between the hands. Inhale, jump or step feet to hands, extend your spine, look up. Exhale, forward fold, head comes in. Inhale to come all the way up. Palms touch, gaze thumb. Exhale, Samasthiti here. I'm going to count through round 2. 9 postures. 8 go. Inhale. Dway, exhale, fold. Shrini, inhale, extend the spine, look up. Lean forward. Chaturanga, exhale, jump the hips high if you're jumping back, or step the feet back and lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pancha. And shut. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. 1, inhale, lengthen to your spine. Exhale. 2, inhale, lift sit bones to the ceiling. Exhale. 3, wrap triceps under. Exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale. 5, look between hands. Inhale, jump or step feet to the hands, look it up, extend spine. Ashtanga 8, exhale, forward fold. Another 9, inhale, coming up. Palms touch, gaze thumbs. And exhale, sounds deep, deep. And again, 8, 1, inhale. Away, 2, exhale. 23, inhale. Jabari 4, exhale again, jump hips high. If you're coming back through the jump, or step the feet back, lower down. Pancha 5, inhale, upward, strong through the legs. Shut 6, exhale, downward. Inhale. Exhale. 1, inhale. Make the work come from the shoulders. Press hands into the mat. Exhale. 2, inhale. Soften behind the knees. Try not to press back too much through those knees. Exhale. 3, inhale wide across the shoulders. Soften the traps. Exhale. 4, inhale. Check on those bandhas, navel still in. Exhale. 5, look between the hands. Sapta 7, inhale, jump or step feet to hands, look up. Ashtanga 8, exhale, fold. Another 9, inhale to come up. Palms touch, gaze thumbs, and exhale. Samasthiti, bend your knees on that inhale. Foot, sorry, now it's got to be. Inhale, sink low through those hips, palms touch, gaze thumbs. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, extend the spine. Then lean forward in the hands, look up. And exhale, jumping high or stepping back, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Getting strong through the legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left heel pivots, right foot steps on that exhale. So you inhale into your Virabhadrasana. Exhale, hands come back down, step the foot back, and lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Rotate the arms inwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right heel pivots, left foot comes forward on the exhale. Inhale into your Virabhadrasana. Exhale, hands back down, step the foot back, and lower down. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale. Exhale. 1, inhale. Continue to scan the body. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. Exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale. 5, look between hands. Inhale, jump or step feet to hands, look up, extend spine. Exhale, forward fold, head in. Bend knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale. Samasthiti, counting you through the last round. Ekam, 1, inhale. Away, 2, exhale. 17 postures. 23, inhale, look up. Jabari 4, exhale, jump or step to your chaturanga. Pancha 5, inhale into your upward. Shut 6, exhale into the downward left pivots, right foot steps. Sapta 7, inhale, Virabhadrasana, left ribs forward. Ashtanga 8, exhale, hands down, chaturanga. Nava 9, inhale, upward. Desha 10, exhale, downward, right heel pivots, left foot forward. Ekadasha 11, inhale, right ribs forward. Dwadasha 12, Exhale, chaturanga. Triodhasha, 13. Inhale. Chaturasha, 14. Exhale, downward. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the focus on your navel. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Find space through the body. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Look to the hands. Panchadasha, 15. Inhale. Jump or step the feet forward. Look up. Shodasha, 16. Exhale. Fold. Saptadasha, 17. Last posture. Inhale to come up into your Utkatasana. And exhale. Samasthiti. Jump or step the feet hips width apart. Fold forward from the hips. Catch big toes. This is your first position of Padahastasana. You can find length. Inhale. And Dway 2. Exhale. Fold. So you can bend your knees as always here. Just make sure that you're shifting that weight forward. Stay grounded through the heels. And lift that center of gravity for 2. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Can you connect armpits towards the hips? 3. At the same time, trying to tie your sit bones together here. 4. Really working through the back of the legs. Press back. 5. Inhale, straight arms, straight legs. This is Trini. And then we exhale there, put the hands underneath the feet. Palms facing them, toes touching arms if you can. Inhale to find length, Padahastasana. And wait, exhale, fold. And stay in 1. And Drishti in both of these postures is the tip of the nose. So reach the crown of the head down, see if you can gaze to the tip of the nose here. 2. Again, work the elbows back towards the legs, engage armpits. 3. Keeping that hollowing in the abdomen. 4. Press the toes into the wrist if you can. 5. 23. Inhale, looking up, find length. And exhale, come back to Samasthiti. I'm not going to count through the next postures because we're going to flow. So stepping back with the right foot, taking the arms up so the feet are 3 feet apart and parallel to begin with. Then pivot on the heel of the right foot, turn the foot out, slight bend to the knees as you reach to take hold of the big toe piece, fingers and thumb. As always, you can take a variation, take a block or hand to the leg here. And inhale, open the body up to the long side of the mat. Gaze tip of the left hand for your drishti. 1. Nice and strong through your legs. 2. And work the lower back. Think of tying that left hip towards the left heel. 3. The drishti is the tip of the left hand. Look up. 4. 5. Exhale, looking down. Soften the knees. Inhale, press the mat away. Come back to your starfish. And exhale to the other side. Left foot pivots out. Soften knees as you reach to take hold of big toe or your variation. And then straighten the legs as much as you can. Open the body up. Gaze tip of the right hand. 1. Strong through the legs. 2. Drive the outside of that back foot into the mat. Again, tie that right hip to the heel. For 3. 4. 5. Exhale, looking down. Soften knees. Inhale, coming back to your starfish. Straight into B. Exhale, pivot that right foot around. Square hips and chest. Back of the mat. Dive forward, twist. Left hand down. As always, you can use a block here outside of the foot or inside of the foot if you feel a little bit wobbly. Draw the right hip back. Chest forward and up. Gaze tip of the right hand. 1. If you're really tight here, you can keep hand on hip and just work that shoulder open. 2, 3. Think of finding space through the body, chest forward and up. 4, 5. Exhale, looking down, soft knees. Inhale, press mat away, come back to starfish. And exhale to the other side. So spinning those hips around, square them off, top of the mat, dive forward, twist. Right hand comes down, outside of the left foot. Or again, you're taking whatever variation feels good in your body today. And really connect that right hand to the mat or to your block. Left arm reaches high, pull the left hip back. Feel the work through that left leg. 1. Just check that back foot isn't starting to lift. Ground for 2. Think of keeping equal weight in the feet here. 3. Draw the navel in, find those banders. 4. 5. Exhale, looking down. Inhale, come back to your starfish. Let's take the feet a little bit wider. About a leg's distance apart. Arm pivot on that right heel again. Send the foot out. Knee bends over the ankle, elbow drops to your knee. As always, your option 1 for our extended side angle posture. Utthita Parsvakonasana. External rotation in that left shoulder. Gazing up to the tip of the left hand. As always, if you're working to full posture, bring hand down onto a block or onto the mat if it feels okay in your hips. For 2, 3. Keep driving outside of that back foot into the mat to keep the hip open. 4. Can you soften the left shoulder? 5. Exhale, looking down. Inhale, come back to your starfish. And exhale to the other side. So again, if you're working full posture, arm presses into the knee pushes back into the arm here to create that twist in the back. So again, you're reaching, but again, try to soften the shoulder if you can. 1. And spiral the body open. Keep the hips open. 2. Really cover for that right hip to start to collapse. Don't allow it to happen. 3. Or at least work towards it not happening. 4. Again, we've got that external rotation in the right shoulder. 5. Exhale, looking down. Inhale, come to your starfish. We're going to take the twist today. Exhale. So right foot comes parallel alongside the mat. We're going to drop that left knee to the mat. Unless you know what you're doing here, you can work your way in to the twisted posture. Utthita Parsvakonasana B. So inhale, left arm high. As we exhale, suck everything in and drive left elbow outside of right foot. As always, if we're going full posture, we're going to work that left hand down towards outside of that right foot. We're going to keep an internal rotation in the left shoulder to keep the arm locked. If it's too much, prayer option. And again, you can stay here. This is all good, especially if you're tight in the upper back, you just want to work into a twist. Just stay here and work the hands towards the heart center. Otherwise, you're lifting that left knee off the mat, finding your balance. 1. If you've gone full posture, the arm position is exactly the same as in the previous posture. Right arm comes forward and up. The 2, 3. If we're here, keep working the chest forward and up. Keep finding that space. 4, 5. Exhale, looking down. Inhale, make your way back to your starfish. And exhale to the other side. As you drop right knee to the mat. How are we doing? Hopefully getting nice and hot. Left knee over the left ankle. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale. Draw the navel in and send the right elbow outside of the left. And you can use that left hand on the thigh to pull the body through if that helps. And again, maybe you're going full posture. Maybe your hands are in prayer. Maybe we're here just working into that prayer position. Or if we're going for that balance, pick that right knee up. 1. Again, left arm comes overhead for full posture. 2, 3. Strong through that right leg. Engage right glute. 4, 5. Exhale, looking down. Inhale, make your way back to your starfish. Exhale, bring hands, hips, turn the toes in slightly, heels out. Inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Hands to the mat, shoulder distance apart. Again, notice the elbows stacked over the wrists. They're not out here. Look at your own arms. Just check their stats. Inhale, find length through the spine first. And exhale, fold. Crown of the head comes down. And again, if those hands are on the mat, press hands forward to draw the crown of the head closer. For 2. The weight is sent to the outside of the feet and forward, like tip the way forward into the balls of the feet. 3. Try not to lock the knees out, micro bend through the knees, find the engagement through the legs. 4. Check on your banders. 5. Inhale, straight arms, straight back, look up. Exhale, look to your navel, hands, hips. Inhale to roll all the way up. And exhale, we'll come all the way back down, keeping the hands on the hips this time. Work the shoulder blades together, draw the elbows towards each other, and we're holding for 1, 2. Okay, find strength through the legs. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, look to your navel. Inhale to come all the way up. Exhale. Inhale, arms to a T. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Internal rotation in those shoulders. Inhale, shoulder blades together. Hands move away from the back. And exhale, folding forward from the hips again. Crown of the head comes down. Arms go overhead towards the floor behind us. And the gaze in all of these postures, the wide-legged forward fold, is the nose again. So look to your nose and reach crown of the head down for 2, 3, 4, 5. Look to the navel. Inhale to roll all the way up. And exhale, release. We'll step back to Samasthiti, top of our mats. We'll call it a day for those. We'll come into our little balance. The first balance, Utthita has the Paramukshtasana, as I know you all love that balance. And then we're going to make our way down to seated and work on some seated postures, all right? Cooling off. So, as always, we start off in Samasthiti, and you jump feet, hips width apart, or you can step feet, hips width apart. For your Utthita Hasta Paramukshtasana. So we're going to bend the right knee, catch hold of the big toe. If you know you can take your big toe, your next work towards is to start to lift that right leg up with control to take the big toe. If you're here, this is all good. The arm is on the outside of the leg, or we're taking our variation as always. As you exhale, if you have that big toe, straighten the leg as much as you can, and we'll hold it for 1, 2, nice and strong through the standing leg. 3, find a fixed point ahead to gaze at to keep your focus. 4, 5. Inhale, straighten up if you folded over that leg for the full posture, and exhale, leg opens to the right. So again, this is our variation. I'm going to do all the variations this evening. And hold in for 1. Draw that left elbow back. 2. Focus on opening through this right inner hip. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, leg comes back in. Exhale, head comes towards the knee. Knee to nose touch. Keep hold of that big toe if you can. And then inhale, releasing the foot or the leg, and hold the leg up straight. 1. Gaze big toe. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend the knee to release. Give yourselves a shake. And we'll do the other side. Have a breather. I'm saying this for me, not for you. I can't breathe. Inhale, bend the left knee, take hold of the big toe, or again, you're taking your variation here. And as you exhale, if you have that big toe, straighten that big toe. Straighten that big toe. Straighten the leg. You can straighten your big toe as well if you want. For one. Again, if you have that big toe, think of what this right arm is doing. Draw the elbow back. Find opening through the chest for two. Again, if we're here, this is all good for three, but we're still trying to find that opening through the body. Four. Wide across the collarbones. Five. Inhale. Exhale, leg opens to the left. You can gaze over to the right if you wish. So Parsva Drishti, Drishti to the side in this posture. One. If you go too much off balance, just continue to gaze ahead. Two. Just a way to work on your gaze shift. This helps improve your balance, your concentration for three. Four. Nice and strong through this right leg. Five. Inhale, leg comes back in. Exhale, head comes towards the knee, or we try. And inhale, releasing the foot or the leg, hold it up. One. Gaze toe. Two. I know it's strong. Three. Keep trying. Four. And five, bend the knee. Release. Let's make our way to a seated position through a full sun salutation. So the tops of our mats. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jumping or stepping back, high plank and lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come into sit. If you're practicing your jump forward, try your jump forward. Otherwise, see if you can draw that right foot forward, top of the foot onto the mat. Keep the weight in the hands. Bring that left foot forward behind the right leg. Keep the weight in the hands. See if you can bring the bum to the mat. And then straighten the legs. So the first variation of jumping forward. Now really start to help build that core strength for your jump forward eventually. So, first seated posture is Dandasana. Hands either side of the body. If you have that posterior pelvic tilt going on, sit on a block and just work on opening the hamstrings here. Otherwise, we're here. Find length through your spine. And exhale. Drop the chin to the chest. Find opening through the chest. Drive the hands down. Think of drawing the shoulder blades together. Keep the banders on. For two. The legs nice and strong. Three. Can you lift the kneecaps? In the seating posture, this is when we start to build some leg strength as well. 4. 5. Exhale, fold forward. Take hold of your big toes if they're available. Otherwise, you're here in a variation or you're using a strap around the feet. Be mindful that you don't start to round into that upper back. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold forward. Paschimottanasana. Paschimottanasana A is to catch the big toes. For 2. Okay, keep the legs working. Keep the strength through those quads. For 3. The body is very efficient. If you engage the quadriceps, the body will release the hamstrings a little bit more. For 4. Gaze to the big toes, your drishti. 5. Inhale. Lifting the gaze, straighten the spine, and exhale. We'll take B or C position. B, hands over the tops of the feet. C, hands around the outside of the feet. If you still can't get to the feet, you're just here repeating what you did for the first posture. Inhale to find length, and exhale, folding forward. And breathing. 1. Use the banders. See if you can draw the hips back as you send the heart forward. For 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, release the posture. We'll call it a day on Paschimottanasana. Take the hands a foot's distance behind the back. Fingers facing towards the body as we prepare to lift the hips up, dropping the head back into our Pavottanasana. Option to take your reverse tabletop position if it feels a little bit too much to come into full Pavottanasana. So we've got the legs, feet together, the legs strong. Let's send the shoulders forward first. Make yourself round shouldered. Then press through the chest. See if you can find that extension through the shoulders. And when you're ready, inhale, lift the hips up, drop the head back, and we'll hold for 1. If it doesn't feel good in the neck, keep chin to the chest. 2, 3, work the heels of the hands down. 4, 5, chin to the chest, exhale, lowering down. We won't do a vinyasa, we're going to come straight into our hip opening. So first posture works on external rotation in the hips. So bend the right knee, heel to the buttock, knee falls out to the side. Pick up the right foot. See if you can draw the heel towards the navel. Allow the pelvis to tip back as you're doing this. And then work that foot into your half lotus position. If it doesn't feel good, take variation with the foot just above the knee, like a pigeon position, or come into Janu Shasana, with the foot on the inside of that left leg. If you have your bind, open the body up to the right. See if you can reach behind the back and catch hold of the big toe with your peace fingers and thumb. This is the full position. Take hold of the left foot, inhale to find length, and exhale to work forward into your forward fold. Exactly the same principles as our Paschimottanasana. Think of pulling the hips back, sending the half forward. For 2, and in this posture, you're working into the internal rotation in the right shoulder at the same time. For 3, that left leg is staying nice and strong. 4, move with your breath. Find that space. 5, inhale, lift the gaze, look up, and exhale, release the posture. We'll come straight into the other side. Bend the left knee, heel towards the buttock, knee falls out to the side. Again, allow the pelvis to drop back, allow this right leg to go floppy. This will help get you into your half lotus if you're close to your half lotus. Lift the foot up, flex the ankle first, just to protect the knee. Pull the heel towards the navel, then point the toe and see if you can drop that foot down into your half lotus position. Again, if it doesn't feel good in the knee, take a variation. So left foot just above right knee, or you're coming into that Janu Shasana. Open the body up. A lot of people struggle to get the bind. They've already folded forward and then they're trying to bind. This is fine later on in your practice. You might be a bit open. In the beginning, open up, twist. And then it's a lot easier to take that bind, reach behind the back, take hold of the big toe. Right hand reaches towards the right foot. Inhale, find length, and exhale, fold. And we'll stay for 2. Strong through that right leg again. 3, 4. Again, be mindful of the knees. Always, always. 5. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, releasing the posture. We'll come straight into the next posture. So that was external rotation of the hips. Then we move to internal rotation of the hips. Triangle Ika Pada Paschimottanasana. You may need a block depending on how tight you are in your internal rotators. We'll shift the weight onto the left sit bone and reverse fold the right leg. So we want the heel as close to the right hip as we can. And we want the foot in line with the leg. So the foot is in this position, not out to the side if you can help it. Sit on a block if you need to, and if the weight is falling over to the left, definitely sit on a block. Or you can try shifting the calf out from underneath that right thigh. You can try shifting the glute from underneath that left sit bone, and maybe you'll sit a little bit more upright. Then the work towards is to get that right hip grounded. So option 1 is just to stay here, just working that right hip down. The option 2 is to come into that forward fold. Inhaling and exhale. And exactly the same as in our Paschimottanasana. 1. If you're catching wrists, In your forward fold, your Paschimottanasana, in this posture, the left arm is straight, the right hand takes the wrist. For 2, 3, soften shoulders, soften face. 4, 5. Inhale, look up, lift the gaze, exhale, release. And we'll just switch into the other side. Straighten the right leg and bend the left knee. And again, make yourself comfortable. If there's any pain in the knee or the foot or anything, even sitting on a block in this posture, come out of it, it's not worth it. You can do a nice variation, lying on your back and just bring your knees together. This works on the internal rotation of the hips as well. It's just a little less intense. So again, set yourself up. Again, maybe you're just working on bringing that left sit bone to the mat. Otherwise, we're going to start to fold forward. Inhale to find length first, and then exhale to fold forward. And again, reaching, taking the foot, the ankle, the shin, again, if we're here, or we're reaching to take the right wrist. A lot of people say, well, what wrist do I grab? How do I work out what wrist I grab? So in the seated postures, whichever leg is extended, I think in my head, that's the arm that's extended. So that arm is straight, and it's the other hand that grabs. Okay, so that's how I work it out. My right leg is straight, my right arm is straight, my left wrist is grabbing. Okay, I hope that makes sense. That's a nice kind of rule of thumb in the Ashtanga. In the second series, there's a couple of postures a little bit different, but yeah, I don't know why. This is just how it is. Don't ask, just do. It's for a reason. It's there for a reason. It is the method. So I think we've been here at 5 breaths. We'll inhale, find length, and exhale, release the posture. Straighten that left leg. We're going to come into that Janushasana. Bend the right knee, heel to the buttock. Knee falls out to the side, sole of the right foot on the inner left thigh. And again, just checking those hips stay square to the mat. This right hip hasn't come backwards as you set up for this posture. Keep flexion in that right ankle. So pull the toes back towards the right shin a little bit here. Inhale, find length, and exhale, folding forward. Exactly the same principle on this side. If you're going for the wrist grab, left leg is straight, left arm is straight, right hand takes the wrist. Inhaling, exhale. And we'll hold for 1. Soften face, soften shoulders, relax into the posture. 2. Keep working through every inhale. For 3, inhale, find space, find length, find opening. Every exhale, soften, relax, press deeper. 4, 5. Inhale, lift gaze. Exhale, release posture. Stay where you are. We're going to come straight into Janushasana B. So we're going to take the hands behind the back, and we're going to shift the weight forward so that we're sitting on our heel. There is no nice way to say this. We've got the anus directly on top of the heel. I was told that this originally is to massage the prostate. It's a posture invented for men. So really, really good for men. Any guys with prostate issues, then yeah, this posture every day can really, really help. The left leg is strong. The right leg is about 30 degrees from the left leg. And again, we've still got that flexion through the ankle. So the right toes are pointing towards that left foot. Inhale, find length. And exhale, you guess it, fold again. Left leg is straight. Left arm is straight. Right hand takes the wrist. 1, 2, 3. If this is really uncomfortable, just come back to the previous posture. Janushasana A. 4, 5. Inhale, find length. Exhale, release the posture. Come off of the foot. We'll straighten the right leg. And we'll do the left side. Left knee bends, heel to the buttock. Knee falls out to the side. And again, that left foot on the inner right thigh. The left ankle is flexed. Right leg strong. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Catch the right wrist. Inhaling, exhaling for 1, That right leg strong. 2. Again, right ankle is flexed. Pull the toes back. Work into the back of that leg. 3. Find space in that left hip. 4. Engage the outer glutes. Use your external rotators to open through that left hip. 5. Inhale. Lift the gaze. And exhale, releasing the posture. Again, we're coming into B. Take the hands behind the back. Shift the weight forwards so that you're sitting on that heel. And that left leg about 30 degrees again from the right. Right leg strong. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Take whatever variation feels good. Maybe you're on the shin, ankle. You'll get into the foot. Or maybe you're taking that wrist. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, release the posture. There is another Janu Sirsasana. See, we're going to leave that out for today. We'll explore that another time. We're going to come into the Marichiyasana. So let's straighten the left leg. Let's do a vinyasa actually, between postures. The easiest way to do a vinyasa, cross the legs, take the feet, pull the feet underneath you, take the hands forward, lift the bum up, send the shoulders forward, feel the weight in the hands, draw the knees into the stomach, feel the core strength, and then step the feet back, find your high plank, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And exactly the same in reverse. Right foot comes forward, squeeze the core. Left foot comes forward, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lower, 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 bump to the mat. And straighten those legs. Marichiyasana. We'll do A. We'll do A and B. Yeah, we'll do A and B because we never do B. B and D I miss out quite a lot because it requires people to be opening the hips. So yeah, there's sometimes in a short class, I skip them out. But let's do A and B this class. So let's bend the right knee, heel towards the buttock. Align heel with sit bone. So again, it's a half sitting. You've heard me say it a million times. Half sitting, half standing posture. For most people, that right sit bone is going to be lifted. That left sit bone is going to be connecting to the mat. Again, you can sit on a block. If you feel that you just can't get forward in this posture, sit on a block. Left hand can come onto the mat. Right hand comes inside of that right leg. We reach towards the left foot. If you're going well, you guessed it, you take your bind, internal rotation in that right shoulder to catch the opposite hand behind the back. In a finger palm, or we catch the left wrist. So again, good rule of thumb now, which hand do I grab? The hand that wraps is the hand that grabs. So the hand that wraps, in this case the right arm, is the hand that grabs the left wrist. Inhaling and exhaling. It all becomes familiar over time. For 1, and again, the drishti is the big toe, left foot. Unless you're going super well, then the chin or the head comes to that left leg. For 2, keep driving that right foot down. 3, keep the strength in the left leg. 4, use that bind to pull the leg in. 5, inhale, lift the gaze, look up. And exhale, release the posture. Straighten right leg, bend left knee, heel to the buttock. Inhale, find length. And exhale, folding forward. And again, you're taking your bind if it's available. Or maybe we're here. Maybe we're just starting to work into that bind, that internal rotation in that left shoulder. Reaching the heart forward, staying for 1. Again, the left hand that wraps. It's the left hand that grabs the right wrist. For 2, keep moving with that breath. 3, inhale to find space. Exhale to press deep for 4. 5. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, releasing the posture. So Marichasana B, we take the foot into half lotus. So the first posture that we did when the foot was in half lotus, if you could do this, you could possibly do the full Marichasana B Marichasana B posture. If not, we're going to do a variation. Marichasana B and D always confuses people because it's always right side first. It's right leg or right side that bends first in the CT postures. So the left foot comes into half lotus first. Again, I don't know why. These always confuse people. They always confused me when I started my practice as well. So the left foot comes into your half lotus position. If you can't come into the half lotus, you're just going to bring left ankle above the right knee here in the variation. Otherwise, the left foot is in, get nice and comfortable. Then we lean out to the left, bend the right knee, and pull that right heel in towards the buttock. So you can see this left knee stays connected to the mat. You need to lean forward in your Marichasana B posture. And it's exactly the same as A. Option 1 is just to be here, working forward. Your option 2, you take your bind. So you're reaching around that right leg. It's a little bit of a tighter bind. And again, catching your bind. The right hand that wraps, the right hand that grabs the left wrist, if that's available. Inhale to find length, and exhale to fold forward. If you're in your variation here, you can stay here or bring hands behind the back, bend into that right knee. Keep left ankle flexed. And this is just a nice hip opener. We'll stay for 2. Again, wherever you get to, it's all good. For 3, I was saying to one of my friends this morning, who's commenting on how strong one of my classes was, and I was just like, I was such a weakling when I came to yoga, and I was so inflexible. And it's just patience, it's just consistency in my practice that's got me to where I am. I wasn't a ballet dancer. I wasn't a gymnast. I was always quite stiff. Did a lot of sport, a lot of athletics. So if I could open my body, anyone can open their body. Just consistent practice. Inhale, lift the gaze if you're in the full posture, and exhale, release. And we'll take it into the other side. So right foot comes into your half lotus position, exactly the same as before. Allow the hips to drop back first, pull the heel towards the navel, and then guide it in to that crease between the leg and the hip. And again, no worries. If it's too much, you're going to take the same variation on the other side. Or you can be here, just working into that forward fold again. So we shift the weight over to the right so that we can bend that left leg and pull the heel in as close to the buttock as we can. I always say the closer that heel is in, the less we have to get around in our bind. So do whatever feels good in your body. Again, maybe we're leaning forward, maybe we're just working into the hips, or maybe you're taking that bind. Again, go low, low, low on that leg, wrap the arm, and take a bind with the opposite hand if you can. Inhale to find length, and exhale. And again, if we're in our variation, we're just here. For 1. If you're in this variation as well, try to keep the chest open, and try to keep the back straight so you don't collapse into the hips. For 2, so we're here. If I'm here, I'm going to escape the posture. For 3, so press the heart open. 4, if it's too much, don't need to bend that leg so much here. 5, inhale, lift the gaze if you're in full posture, and exhale, release. We're getting towards the end. I think because we've done a lot of forward folding, we're going to finish with a couple of back bends, and then we'll just come straight into our Shavasana. You've worked really, really hard. So let's come onto our backs. We're skipping out of Asana. I hope you've noticed. Never skip out of Asana usually. You're very lucky this evening. And so 2 rounds of 5 breaths. As always, you can take your bridge pose variation or take full back bend if it's in your practice. When you're ready, shoulder blades under the back if you're in bridge, and inhale, lift the hips up. And we'll hold for 1. Drive those heels down. 2, if you're in full back bend, think of trying to press those legs straight so that you really work into the shoulders, into the upper back. For 4, squeeze glutes if you're in bridge. And 5, exhale, lowering down. Last round. Inhale, lift the hips up. 1, 2, think of opening through the entire front of the body. 3, working through those hips, working through those quads. 4, and 5, exhale, lowering down, hook the knees into the chest. And whatever feels good in your lower back. Now let's straighten the arms, let's straighten the legs. Let's give ourselves a nice stretch. And we'll come into our final posture, Shavasana. Take your heels as wide as the mat. As always, grab a blankie. If you have a blankie close to you, did I call it a blankie just now? I think I did. Grab your blankie. Or a hoodie, a jumper, some socks. Just to try to keep yourself warm. Keep that heat locked in your body. I get so disappointed if I've forgotten to bring my blanket into my yoga room for my Shavasana. Sometimes I steal it of an evening and I get a little bit chilly in the other room and I forget, and I'm so gutted. So when you're there, just take up space with your arms. And just get nice and comfortable. Shoulder blades under the back. Maybe the chin tucked slightly so the back of the neck is nice and long. Let's close eyes. Release your Ujjayi breath. Let go of the practice. However far you got, let it go. Allow yourself to be present in every moment. They say in yoga that Shavasana is one of the hardest postures to master. To find complete stillness and to keep the focus in the present moment in this posture. Now the mind wandering off, starting to think maybe about the practice you've just done, maybe about what you're going to do for dinner or later this evening or tomorrow. Stay present, and I always use my breath. I use my breath or the sounds around me to keep me focused in this posture. Sometimes the sensations in my body. I like to see if I can connect to the space in my cells. It's a fascinating fact that we are more nothingness than we are something. We are more space and vacuum than we are matter. Maybe you're lifting your gaze to the forehead, obviously with the eyes closed. And just seeing if anything pops up onto the screen of your mind. Maybe you just see a blank screen. Maybe you see colors, shapes, images. And of course now your option to stay in your Shavasana as long as you wish. No need to come out of this relaxing posture. Always offering your body what it needs, giving it the time. It's only 10 more minutes if you want to stay in your Shavasana a little bit longer. Maybe give yourself that 10 more minutes. Maybe you've had a busy day running around, busy at work, busy with the kids. Give yourself time. It's not selfish to have time for yourself. In fact, it's the only thing that moves us through life. We can't look after others until first we look after ourselves. We make sure we're grounded first before we can help others become grounded in their lives. And so we'll take a deep inhale now if you want to come out of your Shavasana. Exhale the breath, completely connect the navel to the spine. Inhale the breath into your heart space. Exhale breath into the fingertips and the toes. Starting with other fingers and toes, bring movement back to your body. Rotating wrists and ankles, moving limbs. That feels good. Bring your feet, legs together, take the arms overhead for a full body stretch. And draw knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze, a cuddle, show some self-love. And rock into your right hand side. And before joining me again in a comfortable seated, cross-legged position. And again, just finding length through the spine. We'll bring our hands into Anjali Mudra, to our heart center. Let's close the eyes, reconnect to the breath. And I'll finish with our closing mantra. Again, join in. It doesn't matter if you get the pronunciation wrong, just join in and see how far you get through. We'll take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale for Om. Swasti Prajabhyaha Paripalayantam Nyayena Magena Mahi Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhyaha Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Sarve Jana, Sukhino Bhavantu, Samasta, Sanmangalani Santu, Loksha Kalyana, Samvredi Rastu, Vishva Shanti Rastu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hare Om. Raise your hands to your heads for kindness in your thoughts to yourselves and each other, to your hearts for kindness in your actions, and to your lips for kindness in your words. From my heart to your heart, always. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. So I hope you all feel a little bit more open in your body, a little bit quieter in those monkey minds of Oz. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Maybe you did a couple of postures there that you've not done before. Maybe you feel energized. Maybe you feel a little bit sweaty. All is good. And like I say, just practice that patience on your yoga journey. Just cultivate that mindset of just showing up. I would say make plans. Make plans for the future. You know, it's good to have goals. It's good to aim for those goals, but don't be attached to the outcome. So have no expectations on the journey to accomplish those goals. And in that way, you don't get upset. You don't get frustrated because you haven't set any expectations for those goals. This is what he's gonna do. Ah, I know it's your favorite class, Sally. Alice joined as well. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Alice. I rock. Thank you, Alice. But no, thank you guys for joining me. Yeah, I do love the Ashtanga method. As many of you know, I came to the physical practice. I was long into the philosophy way before I stepped into a yoga studio, but I came to the physical practice through the Ashtanga method. It was the Ashtanga method when I found that I was like, yes, this is it for me. This is it for me. And it was the challenge. It was the pace of the class, and that I couldn't. It really helped me to focus my mind, and I now can appreciate slower forms of yoga because of the discipline that I've developed through the practice of the Ashtanga method. So I do love the method. I know it's difficult to find anywhere that practices it, that you can practice in the traditional way at your own pace, slowly. And it is advised to practice at home as well on your own. It's a great method because it's a set sequence of postures that you can learn. And yeah, it's a wonderful practice, and it really helped my body open, and it helped make me very strong in my yoga practice as well. So I do love the Ashtanga method. I know it's not for everyone, so if you took part and you thought, whoa, that was crazy, no worries. You don't have to do the Ashtanga method. And in fact, there's so many different schools of yoga, from Kundalini, Jiva Mukti. Jiva Mukti has its roots in Ashtanga. Vinyasa Flow has its roots in Ashtanga, but you've got your Yin, your restorative yoga. There's something for everyone. So explore, and not only the asana practice, explore the other limbs of yoga, the philosophies, the meditations, and yeah, just enjoy it. Just like I say, just be patient on your journey, be disciplined, and listen to your body. Do whatever you feel that your body needs, and you will find peace in your heart, love in your soul, and hopefully that will beam to other people, and they will also take up the yoga practice. It's done wonders for my life, and I don't know where I'd be today without the practice. So I am humbled by the practice, and this is why I became a yoga teacher, so I can share it with everyone, and you can have this calmness, this peace in your heart. So yeah, thank you as always for entrusting me on your yoga journey. For I'm very grateful that a lot of you have chosen me to be your yoga teacher. And I say all the time, you teach me as much about the yoga practice and about life as I hopefully teach you. So so yeah, I'm humbled and I'm very grateful for your presence in my life. You all mean so much to me. And yeah, so thank you. I will again show up. I do tend to ramble on a lot, don't I? As always, if you have questions about your practice, you can always contact me on social media. Please like the video, please share the video. If you like it, if you don't like it, don't share it. Yeah, I shall see you tomorrow for another Vinyasa flow class. We might slow it down a little bit tomorrow. We'll go slow and strong in our Vinyasa flow class. Or fast and easy. Who knows? It's whatever I decide to do on the day. So join me then. Yeah, if you can't join me, of course, there's lots of videos. I think this is what day are we on? Day 33? Day 33. So lots of videos for you to choose from. And if you like to learn the opening and closing mantra, I took a video of my class. It's one of the first videos on my channel, so you have to go right back to the beginning, and you'll find it there. It's call and response, and it has the words in Sanskrit. It has the meaning in English as well, so you can follow along and learn the mantra. So so yes, thank you. I'll shut up. Have a lovely evening, everyone, and yes, love to you all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Stay safe.